Okay, we're here with Franciscan University, great Steubenville, Ohio. Every chance to compete is a chance to learn more about your team, and every chance to compete is a gift. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're going to take from this gift into preparing for your next match?
Well, I would just say that, just to be on a team is a gift. For our girls, they're very close, they're very committed to one another, they really play selflessly, and they play for one another. We've been playing some great volleyball lately, and then you step into a situation like this where, it's the NCAA tournament, it's a big deal. We were so excited to be here, and feeling like it was our second year, we thought that maybe we would be rid of some of the nerves. So that wasn't quite the way we played today, but this experience will help us for the next time we come back here, and hopefully that'll be next year. But whenever it is, these experiences all teach us something about ourselves. They teach us how we respond to pressure, how to better prepare, how to rely on each other, all those kinds of things. And we just look forward to the next opportunity to be here.
I think as a captain, as a senior, one of the things that I take away from this, and I think a lot of us on the team do, is that the gift is being able to represent something bigger than yourself. It's the opportunity to put on a jersey that says something that isn't your last name. It's representing something that is more than you. And I think that's the saddest part for me today, is to take off the jersey after 4 years. But it's beautiful to think back on the 4 years and the gift that it was to be able to do that, and to pass it on to such wonderful women beneath me. So walking away from this, we're definitely looking at each other more than the score. And we're looking at the fact that we're here for something bigger than us.
Maria, Mary?
I'll say something. As a freshman, this is pretty cool. We've heard a lot about this tournament from our team, and they were all preparing us as best they could. And it's been an amazing experience so far, and we're just really, really excited that we could be here. As freshmen, this is amazing, and with all the rest of our team, it's been so wonderful. Really thankful for this opportunity.
Obviously, this is only our second year, so battling nerves and battling mental doubt is a big thing for us. So I think what we're going to take away from this is just the strength to be tough mentally. I think that's one of the big things that we'll take away from this today.
Please. Question, Coach, addressed to you. How have you seen the growth of this team now? It's just the back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances. What have you seen since when you first started to now, and where do you see it going from here forward?
Well, you didn't see it in today's match, unfortunately. But last weekend was our conference tournament. We went as the number 3 seed. We had a little bit of a difficult October. A lot of the girls were sick, which is why I sound the way I sound. I'm not quite over it. But, last weekend was an example of how our team has grown. We played an entire conference championship match with only 11 hitting errors. So unfortunately that didn't happen today. But really that is the way that our team handled the pressure of the end of our season, playing our best volleyball then, and particularly in the conference tournament, for the second year in a row, beating the home team on their court in the championship. And I dare say last Sunday was almost flawless volleyball. So, like I said, unfortunately you didn't see that today, but our team has really grown in battling through those difficult moments, not losing their composure, continuing to look forward, which is so crucial in a volleyball match, not thinking about an error or a mistake. So I think that really has been indicative of our season, and you see that growth in our program. And hopefully we'll be back here next year and you'll see it in this match.
Maria, if I may, a question as first-year player. I asked this of a previous first-year player. If you had the chance to write yourself a note last year to the person you were a year ago, what would that note say?
The first thing I'd probably say is go for it. You got nothing to lose. So as a freshman, coming in, there's a lot of nerves in every game, and it's interesting because you have to constantly battle with those nerves. And I would probably tell myself to just, that there's no reason to be nervous playing, and that I should just go for everything and not worry about it getting blocked, not worry about what if we don't get this pass. It's just to relax and just play volleyball. I would say that's the
And
best
Maria
thing.
and I had that conversation after the first game.
We did.
Because she was playing a little tentative. And I just said, in serving, kind of tentative, I said, Maria, go out there and go for it. And then in the second and third game, she really showed the hitter that she is and the player that she is, and kind of took on that attitude of, fearlessness, which is what we needed.
With 3 very seasoned seniors on your team, how did you feel about their last game being on the national level here at the tournament?
I cannot say enough about our 3 seniors. All 3 of them have started all 4 years. Seemar here was a libero coming in, and she became an outside hitter. And she made herself into a very good outside hitter. Sam and Danny, Sam is the all-time leader in digs and service aces. Danny's the all-time leader in kills. They just have accomplished so much at Franciscan. And so while it creates a hole when they leave, and those are tough shoes to fill, they've done a very, very good job of showing the younger players on the team the way. And so I think that that is the mark of a real leader, is that they leave behind them capable leaders. So I think we'll be in a good place with them.
And speaking of the future, you have a junior class coming in next year that will never have not competed in the NCAA tournament, and say that for most of the team too. Can you just talk about how excited you are for the future of this program?
Well, I tell the girls, as a mom with 6 kids, I tell my kids, when I tell you something, count on my experience. I'm telling you the truth. And young people oftentimes don't respect experience as much as they should. And then as you get a little older, you say, yeah, they knew what they were talking about. So the experience for our team, being here this year, being here last year, the conference tournaments, that experience is so valuable. And so they have to look at themselves and say, what do I want to be? Have goals and create a plan to reach them. That's the beauty of Division III, I think, is the student athlete really owns it. There's not a scholarship. It's not the same level of commitment unless they choose it to be, unless they work in the off season. And so I tell the girls, what are your goals and what is your plan to get there? And they can really own it. And our seniors, Seemar is a great example of that. All 3 of our seniors are a great example of the hard work that it takes to become what you want to become as a student athlete. And they should be very, very proud of that.
I just remember first game of the season too, you talked about how Maria kind of came into her own in the first game, and today we saw that she was particularly strong. Do you have any remark on that?
Well, yeah, honestly, our 2 starting freshmen tonight were Maria and Becca. And so I kind of wondered how they'd respond to the nerves. And not that I blame them for being nervous, because we were all nervous, but I thought Maria in particular responded really well. Becca last week in the semifinal of the conference tournament match really struggled with nerves and had to kind of battle through that match. And then she turned around and played flawlessly in the championship and was a big key to our victory. So some days are a big step in the right direction, some days are a little step in the right direction, some days are a little bit of a step backward. This was a really good step in the right direction for Maria. And Becca too. She didn't play her best today, but she managed the game pretty well. She stayed positive, she stayed focused, and she certainly helped our team. So I expect big things. And Kellyanne too. Kellyanne played back row. She has been a tremendous player for us as a freshman. And so, it wasn't our best game, but I think that they'll learn a lot from this.
This question's for Mary. Being a senior next year, what are your expectations?
Obviously it's hard because I've played 3 years under the leadership of Seemar, Sam, and Danny, and they have set a goal that I only hope to achieve someday. And I just want to be more selfless for my team. I want to play for a bigger purpose, like witnessing to our university and just serving our girls. You know, volleyball is bigger. It's not just a sport. It's about life. You know. Yeah.
You guys have any more questions? No? Do you guys have anything else to add?
Glory to God, you know, we're here second year in a row. It's an honor, truthfully. We're excited and we'll be back. And thank you for having us. It's been wonderful.
Very grateful
Thank you
for the
very much.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.